Since Kiran is so reluctant to say anything at all, I'll read you a bit from the letter Kiran sent me along with the passages that he wanted me to read. It's a handwritten letter, would you believe it? And I love that, and I'm going to keep this letter with me. The passage I'm sending you deals with the consequences of wanting a role in a film called Last Tango in Bombay. So badly that he sleeps with a B-grade actress called Sapnaji and has to be admitted to the JJ hospital. Ravan looks after him and is the intermediary who has to tell Eddie's family a lie. The lie is that Eddie has gone for a shoot in Kashmir. Yeah, and I'll read you this last paragraph, which I think is also would interest you all. Just one last word. I think you have perhaps realized that I am not a supra-modern writer of novels. I belong to the tribe of storytellers in the oral tradition, the one to which the contents of the Mahabharata or the Odyssey belong. And I too have a confession that I haven't read the book yet. Because this manuscript arrived, with which I've been using as a dumbbell every morning. But I'm afraid I haven't been able to get around to reading it yet. But I did quickly read Ravan and Eddie before coming. Just so that I was sure I knew what I'm talking about. Okay, so here is Eddie in JJ Hospital. Okay, I fell apart laughing in many portions of this film, so, of this book, of this chapter. Don't be so right here. So I'm going to try to enjoy myself while reading it. Forgive me if I ham it up a little bit. Once inside, Eddie lay inertly on the bench in the outpatients department, while Ravan ran around filling in registration forms and collecting case papers. But that was just the beginning of the long wait. Eddie had thought he would be the first in line, since Ravan and he had turned up at 7 in the morning, but there were already 9 others in the queue, and soon there would be 40 or more in the waiting room of the honorary consulting physician, Dr. Bharucha. When did the pain and burning start? The doctor inquired as he checked Eddie's pulse and blood pressure and auscultated his chest. 2 days ago at about 11 in the morning, I was fine till then. Eddie was waiting for a group of young people his age who were hanging around in white coats behind Dr. Bharucha to leave. This was between him and the doctor. It was not on public display, exhibit number 47 in the gallery of freaks at the Mahalakshmi Mela. They showed no sign of leaving. And Dr. Bharucha didn't seem to mind their presence. Sweet God, there were 22 of them. He was not making up the number, he counted them one by one. Some of them were women, young women. Please take off your trousers, huh? Dr. Bharucha told Eddie. Not on your life, doctor. So this consulting physician. Sorry, this Bharucha must have lost his marbles, but Eddie hadn't. He was not about to display his priceless heirlooms in front of this motley crowd. He came from an aristocratic old family from Goa, who once owned the second largest rice plantations on the west coast of India. Acres and acres of mango, cashew and coconut orchards and 3 manganese mines. They couldn't possibly, no. They wouldn't do this, doctor speaking. What will his mother say? He took his trousers off. Now the underwear. Eddie was sure he'd heard wrong. Yes, your briefs, please. Dr. Bharucha said it again. Get this straight, dirty old man. There are people around. Young people, they'll be scandalized. Is this what you teach your greenhorn acolytes? This is not the US of A or the UK, where women are shameless and wore half-centimeter minis below their crotches and lay without a stitch on a beach to get a tan. There are, of course, millions of Indians, Catholics included, who would gladly peel off their skins and everything underneath to exchange their tan, tawny, wheat to brown and black hues for the fair complexion of the foreigners. Anything, absolutely anything to be fair. You won't believe this. But he had learned on absolutely reliable authority that in some park in Munich called the English Garden, both men and women and even their children lay on the grass naked, while the rest of the population of this Sodom and Gomorrah walked around as if this was how normal Germans went about their daily lives. This was Bombay, India talk, where he, Eddie Coutinho, would be lynched if the parents of those students learned that here was a man, a raving, raging exhibitionist who dropped not only his trousers but even his briefs right here in the outpatients department in a government hospital, no less an institution than the august JJ Hospital built in the 19th century. Thank God he was wearing his new VIP underwear. Not the Liberty one, with holes in some stretches. The VIP was at his ankles now. And Dr. Balucha had picked up Eddie's member of the Royal Order of Swollen Dicks with the tip of his red and black Ajanta pencil to be soft lead, as if it was some yucky, squishy, wriggly, swollen magenta worm that appeared only in the monsoons. And that too in front of everybody. What was he doing now? He bent down close, and Eddie wondered if he was going to give him a hand job or something. The lect was turning his member this way and that, and asking for some more light play and magnifying glass. And observe this splotty patch here, and note the purple edema under the prepuce. What was going on, for God's sake? It was his dick, and he himself would have been far too embarrassed to examine it so closely, even in the privacy of the bathroom. And this shameless physician was going on and on about it. And the students were taking copious notes as if they didn't have their own privates. Why stop there? Why not take photographs and enlarge them and put them up at BG railway station? Check the patient for symptoms and then do me the favor of sharing the fruits of your immense learning with me. Dr. Barucha told his students, I will be, as always, beholden to you for your invaluable diagnosis of this patient. Maybe someone, anybody get me out of here. What was happening now was the giddy, the absolutely far beyond the extreme, the over-the-top, outrageous limit. Didn't they know he had to take 2 aspirins before getting into that taxi? The pain was so bad. And where the hell was Ravan? He was in need of urgent rescue because now they were all taking turns scrutinizing his ding-dong, his cannon, his pride and perverted passport to Sapnaji and to superstar status in Hindi fix, his rack and ruin, his song and anthem, his overdue punishment, his peace pipe, his fall and folly, his agony and ecstasy, his probe and periscope, his joystick and flag, his cinnamon stick, his Chinese torture, the vengeance of God, his sin, his crime, his nemesis, his payback time, his judgment day. He should have hung a placard on it, fragile, handled with care. Not that they would have given a damn. Oh no. One of the young women was in there. When he became a star, she would give an interview and tell the press, yes, I knew Eddie Coutinho intimately. I had these tumescent organ in my hand for 5 seconds. Shameless hussy. The other 3 women had at least had the decency and good breeding to merely crane their necks, while the boys were turning the sausage around as if in a fire. But this depraved harlot picked it up with her index finger in thumb and asked, how much would you say is the difference between the normal circumference of your penis as it is now in this inflamed condition? Even as she queried him, Eddie had turned his head away. She might not have a sense of propriety, but he was a practicing Roman Catholic, though. He had to admit he had skipped confession and communion the last 6 weeks. Mother of God, what did she expect him to say? As of this morning, madam, my humility was 2.7 times its average growth. When was the last time you had sex, Mr. Coutinho? Dr. Barucha asked while his students checked the patient's reflexes and groped his genitals. Never, sir, never. How many times a night? What are you suggesting, doctor? Eddie was shocked that the doctor should assume he was not a virgin. I'm not married. The skin's stripped off and you say you've never done it. Have I got that right? I swear to you, that's the truth. Am I to understand then that you've been having sex with men? You could have killed this awful doctor right then and there. But the pain was slamming into him. How could he even suggest such a thing? I'm a Roman Catholic, doctor. Homosexuality is absolutely forbidden by the church. So, you had no contact with men. The doctor paused to underline the next two words. Or women. Only my mother, grandmother and sister. And these tooth and nail marks on your neck and back, they appeared like stigmata, I suppose? Yes, that's it, doctor, that's it. That's how it must have happened. That's fine then, you can go home. Eddie was relieved that he could go home, but naturally only after the doctor had prescribed some ultra-powerful medicine that would end his agony. You may get dressed and eat now. A corkscrew of pain drilled a hole through Eddie as he gingerly put his feet down on the floor. Maybe he had misheard Dr. Barucha, for how could he send him away without treating him? The students too looked perplexed. Aren't you going to prescribe some medicine for my condition, doctor? Eddie's voice boomed. What for, Mr. Coutinho? You haven't had sex, nothing could have happened to you. It must be all in your mind. Don't do this to me, doctor, please. This pain is killing me. It's so excruciating, I can't piss. You can't stop lying either. Eddie was unable to answer. He was felled by what surely was the broadside of a whale's tail. When he came to, he found himself on the floor. He tried to leverage himself up on the palms of his hand, but collapsed. One of the students extended his hand to help him, but that heartless doctor impassively signaled to him with a raised index finger not to interfere. I slept with a woman. I did everything. Every single thing I shouldn't have done. Do something, doctor, please give me something for this awful pain. Dr. Barucha lifted Eddie up with the help of a couple of students and sat him on the examination table. The whale must have returned, for Eddie was swaying again. Let us try, Dr. Barucha said. You'd better admit this man. Oh, I'm sorry, sir, the VD ward is so full. There's no room for a mattress even on the floor. I'll have a word with the head of admission and have him admitted to the pulmonary diseases ward. He needs immediate attention.